What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. There's only a couple weeks left until our rally, and I need to get this bike done. Okay, our PX150 right here. In the last video, you saw that I got pretty far with the motor. I ended it with saying that I was going to redo all the wiring on the stator plate, which I already have. I actually desoldered this mess and soldered new wires onto each coil. I have it all wrapped up like how it should be from the factory. Even have new terminals for this part when I get to it. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna continue working on this motor, get the stator plate mounted, and we'll terminate the wires. Alright, guys, you can see I've got everything all installed. Flywheel's installed, stator's installed. I have everything all terminated nice and neatly. I even have this thing terminated as well. This is actually power to the bike. So that plug rests in here. The other plug from the bike goes there. And I can close that back up. So in theory, I should be able to turn this motor and see if we get spark. Yep, we got good spark. Alright, perfect. Alright, so I have this nice pack of brand new cables. I'll be running through the frame. So I'm going to first start by removing these cowl latches and then removing that drip tray. I think there's probably a quart of oil down there because when we were removing the gas tank, we didn't disconnect or we didn't drain the oil line. I think a lot of it leaked down there. So I'm going to have to clean that up once I get that cover off. But yeah, I'm going to remove the two latches, remove the drip tray, and then I'm going to start running new cables. The cable is already disconnected from the headset. It's pretty, I usually just tape the new cables onto here without the inners in and just pull the cables through nice and easy. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Alright, guys, I didn't realize the GoPro ran out of batteries, but it was a bunch of long and boring stuff anyway. But I have the headset completely redone. The throttle tubes and the gear tubes, I have them all lubed up at the contact points. Cleaned them all up. Also put on new grips, you can see here and there. And of course, brand new cables running from here to the back. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is put the glove box back on. I did run a power wire here. It goes from here to up here, so I'm going to tie it to the key hot because somebody drilled a big giant hole right here. I guess they lost the key and decided to put some kind of Amazon ignition here, which is why there's a big hole. So I kind of widened it out a little bit and I put a USB charger there, which is what the power wire is for. So I'm going to finish mounting this guy, and then I'll mount the glove box and get power to this thing. Alright, guys, I got the glove box reinstalled. I also put a new lock in. So, all that's good. A little USB port up there. Still need to wire it on this side. I believe these two wires are the ones I need. This white is the ignition. and the black is ground. So I'm gonna do that later once I have the battery all installed to make sure that's the right thing before I connect them. All right, up next, I'm gonna be putting on some new wheels and tires. I don't know who worked on this bike before, but these are obviously mounted the wrong way. This is not centered. I don't know what they were thinking, but obviously I'm gonna put them back the right way, and new tires, new wheel. So let's get that done right now. Well, there you have it, guys. A brand new wheel and tire, mounted on the right way, so it's actually centered on the front fender. So yeah, guys, these tires are really beefy. Probably do well in the dirt, rain. Hopefully it's not gonna be too rough on the road, but we'll see. They're actually made by SIP, and these are the classic versions. So yeah, that's good to go. Next up, we're gonna be bleeding the front caliper over here. So when I first got the bike, the caliper was hard, stiff as a rock. So I'm hoping that once we bleed this thing, we'll put new fluid and everything, it's gonna soften back up. All right, just went in and bled the brakes, new fluid and everything. Just realized this lever is bent, so I'm gonna have to replace that, but I got good brake pressure. The way I bleed brakes is I use this vacuum fluid evacuator. Hook up the vacuum here on the bleed nipple here, fill the reservoir with fluid, crack that, and as soon as I see some fluid, I close it, do it a couple more times, and then that's all it takes. So let's move on to getting the motor back in the bike. Alright, that was kind of a pain. So this is a Leo Vinci exhaust. The other exhaust that was on here was broken, so we couldn't reinstall it. So with these aftermarket exhausts, sometimes you got to fit them to the case, and that's exactly what I had to do here. On this back mounting hole here, I had to make it bigger so the bolt will line up through the case and then to the other side where the nut is. But yeah, brand new exhaust. Let's keep moving forward. Alright, before I forget, I'm going to tighten the engine bolt right here. 60 Newton meters, 22 millimeter bolt. So, okay. Now the rear hub, 90 Newton meters. 24 millimeter bolt nut. Good to go. I'll put the castle retainer there and also a cotter pin in the cap, and that should be done. There you go, all done. Alright guys, I got this side all buttoned up, brand new battery. I reuse a spare because I really don't care about that. So over here, I have the engine completely bolted in. All the cables are connected. Electrical connections are also connected. I have oil in the transmission. And the only thing I need to do is bolt the carb box and the carb, and then add the fuel tank, and we should be done. Alright guys, I have the gas tank removed here. Whenever I put a new fuel tap on, I'm also replacing the lines. So with all the lines, I use these nice Auditor clamps. They work like this. Put it around the hose, pinch the pliers, and it's pretty much a permanent clamp. So unfortunately, it is a one-time use thing, and to remove, you got to cut them off. Then again, these things are cheap. They're like 50 for $8 or something like that. So the amount of bikes I do, it's definitely worth it to just buy the entire bag. And if I need to replace it, cut it off, put a brand new one on, which is what you should do anyway. So anyways, I'm going to install the oil line with this clamp. Like so. Pinch the ear. That's pretty much it. Nice and strong. Already have one in the fuel line. Do the same thing. There you go. All done. So yeah guys, whatever you do, don't use zip ties. Alright, because it's shrinking and will fall off. Okay, and if it falls off the oil line, you're gonna lock the motor up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this installed in the frame. Alright, so I finally got everything hooked up to the carb. That was actually a pain in the butt. First time I messed with the carb, it didn't have the stud sticking out of the engine case, so lining everything up was difficult. But I'm going to throw some oil in there. I'm actually using AMSOIL Sabre. This is the oil that everybody says to use in a two-stroke, but I find it to be very smoky. So once I run out of this stuff, I'm probably not going to get it again. If you're asking me what I would replace it with, Bell Ray is what I usually use, and it's been great for me. I just don't want to spend the money on it. So let's put some of that for now. Oh wait, need more than that. Alright, so I got sight glasses full of oil. Or not full, but has oil in it. I'm gonna wait till I make sure nothing's leaking before I fill it up with more oil. So let me go get some premix. I'll put it in the tank right now. We're gonna run premix on it until the oil line fills up with oil right here. Okay. All right, I'm not gonna put a lot of premix in there. I'm only using premix to prime the line, and then after that I'm gonna fill it with regular gas. So you don't want to have too much oil in the system, otherwise you're gonna be smoking for a while before it burns away. All right, that's good there. Caps on. Okay, good to go. All right, so this bike does have an electric starter, so that definitely helps me out. But yeah, let's see if we can start this thing. fired up. Let's see if we can get it to idle though. Alright guys, I've been trying to get this thing to idle for 10 minutes and I'm not having much luck. I can start it, rev it up, keep the revs up. As soon as I let go, it dies. So of course I pulled out my trusty old compression tester, and I think I know what the problem is. So right now it only has about 100 psi. Top end looked good, but I should have tested it before I took the bike apart. We kind of just got excited and tore this thing down without doing the proper steps. So now it's back to bite us in the butt. But not a big deal. I just need to order a new top end for this guy and replace that. And hopefully we get around 120, 130 psi. And then the bike should be fine after that. Yeah guys, it sucks. But this bike has been a sort of a basket case ever since we got it. The previous owner just had no clue what he was doing and just kind of threw this thing together. So yeah, we're not going to give away bikes not 100%. So I'm going to order a top end, throw that on, and it should be done in time for chaos. So no need to worry, we'll get it taken care of. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed these videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time.